Welcome to Daedalus Debugger, a podcast series conceived by Luciano Ambrosini and co-created with me, Ave. Today we will discuss artificial intelligence, euphoria, or tech bubble. Enjoy your listening.
Buckle up, everyone, because today we are diving headfirst into the world of AI.
AI.
It's inescapable these days, right?
Oh, absolutely.
It seems like everywhere you turn, there's AI. Self-driving cars, algorithms that seem to know what you want before you do.
Yeah.
But is all this hype for real? Is this really the dawn of a new era? Or are we possibly headed for another tech bubble that's about to burst?
Well, that is the million-dollar question, isn't it? And you've gathered quite the stack of articles and research here for us to pick apart.
Well, you know me. I'm always chasing those aha moments.
Okay.
And this first paper from Science Direct, I gotta say, it had me hooked from the intro.
Really?
Because get this, it starts with AI predictions.
Okay.
Made back in 1973.
1973. Wow, that's going way back.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess that some of those predictions were a little off the mark.
You are absolutely right. Some of them were way off.
Yeah.
Like, picture this robot librarians. Personalized newspapers beamed directly into your home.
Oh, wow.
Like, some of these predictions totally missed the mark.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets really interesting.
Right.
They actually nailed a few predictions that are now part of our daily lives, like robot chauffeurs. I mean, we call them self-driving cars now, but it's the same idea, right?
It is, yeah.
And those universal language translators they envision,
Right.
boom, they're on our phones, in our ears, everywhere.
That's incredible, isn't it?
It's wild.
Yeah. It's a good reminder that the seeds for a lot of these advancements that we're seeing today in AI, they were actually planted decades ago.
Right.
There's this pattern you see with emerging tech.
Okay.
You see these bursts of excitement and investment, and then they're followed by these periods of disillusionment,
Right.
what experts call AI winters,
Okay.
where the initial hype kind of fades away and that funding dries up.
So like the .com bubble bursting, but for AI.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Just like back then. What's different now, though, is the massive amount of data that's available.
Right.
And the processing power to actually do something with it.
Right.
Back in the 70s, researchers, they had the ideas, but they just didn't have the tools.
Right.
It's like they were trying to build a skyscraper with hand tools.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
And speaking of tools,
Yeah.
this next article dives into deep learning, which always sounds so futuristic to me.
I know, right?
But it turns out it's not exactly a new kid on the block, is it?
No, not at all. It's got a surprisingly long history, actually. Goes all the way back to the 1940s.
Wow.
Believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah. But just like those early AI pioneers, the technology, it just kept hitting these limitations.
Okay.
See, the computers back then just couldn't handle the massive data crunching that deep learning requires
Yeah.
until now.
So what changed? Why is deep learning suddenly everywhere we look?
Data and processing power.
Okay.
Those are the two big ones.
Yep.
Think of deep learning like training a superpowered detective, right?
Okay.
You feed the algorithm mountains and mountains of data, images, text, you name it,
Okay.
and it learns to identify these patterns and make predictions based on that data.
So the more data it crunches, the smarter it gets.
Exactly.
Easy.
And with the kind of computing power that we have today,
Right.
we can finally unleash the full potential of these algorithms.
And that's what's behind things like facial recognition on our phones, right?
Exactly. That.
Yes.
And those eerily accurate product recommendations you see online.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, deep learning algorithms are sifting through mountains of data
Right.
to figure out what you might like next.
It's both fascinating and a little creepy.
It really is. Yeah.
It makes you think twice about what you click on, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's talk money for a second, because this research paper on the top 200 AI startups had some eye-popping numbers.
Oh, yeah.
We are talking billions of dollars.
Wow.
Pouring into fields like cybersecurity, healthcare, even marketing.
It's a gold rush.
It's huge.
It is, yeah. The study found a 71% increase in investment in just 1 year.
Wow.
That kind of growth.
That's a lot.
It's classic bubble territory.
Yeah.
Remember the .com boom?
Yeah.
Everyone wanted a piece of the action, even if they didn't understand what they were investing in.
So are we saying history might be repeating itself here? Are we headed for an AI bubble?
Well, there are definitely some red flags, right?
Right.
That level of investment, I mean, it shows the huge potential that investors see in AI, right? To revolutionize everything from drug discovery to automated manufacturing.
Right.
But it also raises some concerns about inflated valuations.
Okay.
and companies, maybe jumping on the AI bandwagon just for the hype.
So we should be cautious.
Well, let's just say it warrants a closer look.
Okay.
Not all that glitters is gold, especially in the tech world.
Right.
We need to be able to separate the true innovators from those just riding the hype wave.
Okay. And speaking of hype, this next article pulls no punches with its title. Why the AI hype is another tech bubble.
Oh, wow.
Talk about a reality check, right?
Straight to the point.
Right to it.
Yeah.
But, it's important to consider all sides of the argument, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And this article does a great job of outlining those potential pitfalls that we need to be aware of.
Okay.
They compare the current AI craze to the dot-com bubble, the telecom bubble, even the cryptocurrency bubble.
Right.
And honestly, the parallels are definitely there.
They are.
We're seeing huge valuations for AI startups that have little to no revenue.
Right.
Companies overselling their AI capabilities.
Yeah, it's a familiar pattern.
So, we've seen this movie before.
Exactly.
And it doesn't usually have a happy ending, does it?
Not always, no.
They even talk about how this kind of hype can lead to an overreaction when the bubble eventually bursts.
Yeah.
And suddenly, nobody wants to invest in AI anymore, even if the underlying technology has potential.
Right.
It's like throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Exactly. That's the danger of getting caught up in the hype cycle.
Right.
It can stifle innovation in the long run.
Yeah.
And leave these potentially game-changing technologies in the dust.
And speaking of a different perspective,
Okay.
this next research paper from the International Journal of Emerging Markets really caught my eye.
Okay, yeah.
Because it takes us beyond, the Silicon Valley bubble and explores how AI is impacting the developing world.
Oh, that's fascinating. What's their take?
Well, they argue that AI has the potential to be a game changer for emerging markets, enabling what they call leapfrogging solutions.
Leapfrogging solutions. That's interesting. What does that mean in this context?
So it's like skipping a whole technological generation. They argue that AI can help these countries bypass traditional infrastructure limitations and jump straight to more advanced solutions for things like financial inclusion, access to services, things like that.
That's a really compelling point.
Right. And it really highlights the potential of AI to address some of the very unique challenges faced by emerging markets.
For sure, yeah.
For example, imagine AI-powered mobile banking platforms bringing financial services to people who've never even had access to a traditional bank before.
Right.
It's a game changer.
It is a game changer.
Yeah.
And it's not just about banking either.
Right.
Think about healthcare, education, even agriculture.
Yeah.
AI could help bridge the gap between developed and developing nations in so many ways.
Absolutely. It's incredibly exciting.
Yeah.
But of course, we also have to be mindful of the potential downsides, right?
Of course, yeah.
Like, how do we ensure that these technologies are used ethically and that they don't end up exacerbating existing inequalities?
Yeah, it's a delicate balance for sure.
It is, but it's a conversation that we need to be having.
Absolutely.
And it's something that we'll definitely be exploring in more detail as we go, as we delve deeper into the world of AI.
For sure, yeah. I think we've laid the groundwork for a fascinating discussion.
We have.
I mean, we've got the potential, the investment, the hype, and some very real questions about the future of AI.
Yeah.
Particularly in emerging markets.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here?
Well, I say we roll up our sleeves and we dive into some real-world examples of AI in action.
Let's do it.
What do you say?
I got some case studies that I think will really bring this all to life.
All right, so we've talked about the potential of AI, the hype, the investments, and even, the possibility of another tech bubble.
Right.
But let's get down to brass tacks here.
Okay.
What does AI actually look like in action?
That's a great question. Remember that research paper we discussed on AI startups attracting massive investments?
Yeah.
One area that really jumped out was AI-powered drug discovery.
Which makes a lot of sense when you think about it, because we're talking about potentially speeding up the development of new medicines, new treatments.
Right.
It's like this ultimate race against time.
It is.
And AI could be a game changer here.
Exactly. Imagine AI algorithms sifting through mountains and mountains of medical research.
Right.
Clinical trials, genetic information.
Yeah.
All to identify promising drug candidates in a fraction of the time that it would take humans.
So instead of researchers spending years, maybe even decades, poring over data, AI could help pinpoint those potential breakthroughs much, much faster.
Exactly, precisely. And it doesn't even stop there.
Oh.
AI can also predict how effective these drug candidates will be.
Wow.
and even personalized treatments based on an individual patient's profile.
So it's like having a team of superpowered research assistants working around the clock.
Exactly.
So faster drug development, more effective treatments, and personalized medicine tailored to each patient.
That's the idea.
It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's happening right now.
It is.
Yeah.
But we have to remember, we are still in the early stages.
Okay.
AI-powered drug discovery, it's like that promising new recruit. Tons of potential, but still needs some guidance, some development to really reach its full potential.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about those leapfrogging solutions we were talking about in emerging markets?
Right.
How is AI changing the game in those parts of the world?
Oh, that's where things get really interesting. Think about countries where traditional banking infrastructure
Right.
is limited or even non-existent for a huge chunk of the population.
Right.
AI-powered mobile banking platforms could be revolutionary.
I can definitely see how that would be a game changer.
Yeah.
But how does it actually work? Paint me a picture here.
Okay, so imagine this. An AI algorithm
Okay.
analyzes data from a user's phone. Things like their spending habits,
Okay.
their social connections, even their location,
Okay.
to assess their creditworthiness.
So even without a traditional credit history or access to a bank branch, they could still get access to microloans or other financial services.
Exactly. They can get access to these crucial services.
That's incredible.
It is. And that's really just the tip of the iceberg,
Oh.
AI-powered platforms. They can also provide personalized financial advice,
Okay.
help people save money, even connect them with potential investors.
Wow.
We're talking about financial inclusion on a scale we've just never seen before.
That's amazing. Okay, I have to ask about those eerily accurate product recommendations we see online all the time.
I know, right?
Like, those have to be powered by AI, right?
Oh, absolutely. Those are a perfect example of how deep learning is already deeply embedded in our daily lives.
Yeah.
Even if we don't realize it.
Right.
These algorithms, they're like these digital detectives, right?
Okay.
Analyzing your past purchases,
Right.
your browsing history,
Yeah.
even what other people with similar taste are buying to try to predict what you might want next.
So it's like AI is getting to know my shopping habits better than I know them myself,
Maybe.
which I'll admit can be a little creepy, but it's also super convenient when I'm looking for that perfect gift
Oh, absolutely.
or a new book to read.
For sure. Yeah. It's that blend of convenience and personalization that really makes these algorithms so effective.
Right.
But it also raises some important questions about data privacy.
Right.
And, how much information we're really comfortable sharing with these AI systems.
Yeah. It's a trade-off, right?
It is.
More personalized recommendations in exchange for more data about my preferences, my behaviors.
Exactly.
It definitely makes you stop and think.
It does. And it highlights how important it is to have open, honest conversations
Right.
about the ethical implications of AI
Yeah.
and finding that right balance
Right.
between innovation and responsibility.
Finding that sweet spot.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've gone from AI developing life-saving drugs
Right.
to helping people access financial services
Yeah.
to recommending our next online purchase.
It's a wide range.
It's a pretty wide range. It seems like the possibilities with AI are pretty much endless.
They really are. And that's what makes this whole field so exciting to watch.
Yeah.
But with all this potential, right,
Yeah.
comes a responsibility, I think, to make sure that AI is developed and used ethically,
Right.
that it benefits all of humanity,
Right.
not just a select few.
That is a crucial point.
Yeah.
And it's actually a perfect segue into our next topic.
Okay.
We've seen how AI is already changing things like medicine, finance,
Yeah.
even online shopping. It's amazing.
It's incredible.
But as we kind of like look ahead
Yeah.
to this, AI-powered future,
Right.
it's crucial to ask ourselves, who's actually benefiting from all this?
Right.
Is it truly accessible to everyone?
Yeah.
Or are we maybe at risk of creating a world where the benefits of AI are concentrated in the hands of just a select few?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
And it's something that we really need to be mindful of as AI becomes more and more powerful,
Right.
more pervasive.
Yeah.
We don't want to just stumble blindly into a future where AI is widening the gap
Right.
between the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah. Right. Exacerbating those inequalities that already exist.
Exactly.
So how do we prevent that?
Right.
How do we ensure that AI is a force for good, a tool that empowers everyone,
Yeah.
not just a privileged few?
Well, there's no easy answer, no magic bullet, right?
Right.
But there are steps we can take, concrete steps.
Okay.
One crucial aspect is addressing the issue of data bias.
Okay.
Remember those AI algorithms we talked about?
Yeah.
The ones that learn from massive data sets?
Right. Right?
If those data sets aren't representative of the wider population,
Yeah.
the algorithms themselves can perpetuate, even amplify those existing biases.
So it's like baking a cake. If you only use one ingredient,
Yeah,
you're going to have a very one-dimensional cake.
right.
You can have all those ingredients in there to make it work.
Exactly. You need that diversity of ingredients.
Yes.
And it's the same with data, right?
Right.
Diversity is key.
Yeah.
Both in the data itself
Yeah.
and in the teams of people who are
Yeah.
developing these AI systems.
The people behind the scenes.
Exactly. We need those diverse voices,
Mhm.
diverse perspectives, diverse experiences to make sure that AI is designed and implemented in a way that benefits everyone.
It reminds me of that saying, it takes a village.
It really does.
And it's not just about who develops AI,
Right, yeah.
but it's also about who has access to it.
Absolutely.
We need to make sure that AI education training opportunities
Yes.
are available to everyone,
Yes.
regardless of their background, their socioeconomic status.
We need to democratize AI literacy.
I like that.
Right. Equip people from all walks of life with the knowledge and the skills they need to thrive in this AI-powered world.
Yes.
And that means investing in STEM education,
Okay.
creating accessible training programs,
Right.
fostering this culture of lifelong learning around AI.
So we're talking about a massive, societal shift here.
Absolutely.
Where understanding AI isn't just for, the tech wizards anymore. It's for everyone.
It's for everyone.
It's like learning a new language.
Yeah, it is. It is like learning a new language.
The more people who speak it,
Yeah.
the more we can all connect and, kind of move forward together.
And just like learning a new language
Yeah.
can open up all these new worlds, new opportunities,
Right.
so too can understanding AI.
Yeah.
It empowers individuals
Right.
to participate in those conversations that are shaping our future.
Yes.
And to use AI to solve problems
Right.
in their own communities.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation.
It has.
I feel like we've gone from, sci-fi fantasies
Yeah.
to these real-world applications
You're in.
to really grappling with some of the biggest questions facing humanity.
Absolutely.
What a ride.
It is. It's a testament to how transformative AI is.
Yeah,
Both the incredible opportunities and the very real challenges that it presents.
it is.
And I think as we navigate this uncharted territory, the
Yeah.
most important thing is that we do it together
Yeah.
with those open minds, thoughtful discussion.
Collaboration.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a shared commitment to making sure that AI benefits everyone.
Could not agree more. Well said.
Thank you.
It's been an absolute pleasure diving into the world of AI with you today.
Likewise, it's been a fascinating conversation.
And for our listeners, I hope you're feeling as energized and as inspired as I am, because the future of AI,
Yeah.
it's not predetermined.
It's not set in stone.
It's a story that we are all writing together.
Absolutely.
So stay curious, stay informed, and let's build an AI-powered future that works for everyone.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Thanks for listening. See you on the next episode of Daedalus Debugger, the architect in the digital maze. Bye!